Hello, Pisces. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for October 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Pisces in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you today. Also, keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. That means it is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. And please forgive me for posting this so late. I had pulled my back out and I've not been feeling well, and I just wanted to be in a better frame of mind, but also in better physical health before doing the reading. So I do apologize, but with all of that said, let's begin so we don't delay your reading any further. Tapping into the Piscean collective now for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know for October 2025? What does Pisces need to know for October 2025? One more shuffle now. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the Page of Wands. In the top row, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands, and you have the Queen of Wands. Flanking your Page of Wands is the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. And in the bottom row, you have the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, and you have the Queen of Cups. Sneak peek now into November. You have the Ace of Swords, you have the Six of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords, and that leaves the Hermit to the Five of Wands and the Knight of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I'm going to use the After Tarot deck now to clarify these messages. In this deck, the cards have different imagery than what you may be used to from like the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. And so the messages are different in this deck as well. And we'll go through them as we move through your reading. Let's get your cards on the table first. Okay, tapping into the Piscean collective now for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know for October 2025? Sorry, my hair's a mess. What does Pisces need to know for October 2025? We are clarifying Two of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Nine of Cups. The Star card just wanted to show itself. We'll see if that wants to make another appearance. Three of Cups, Two of Swords, and Queen of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Five of Swords. The King of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Swords. The Queen of Wands is clarified by the Six of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. The Page of Wands is clarified by the Hermit. The Nine of Cups is clarified by the Six of Wands. The Three of Cups is clarified by the Three of Swords. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Sun. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, looking into November, you have a Knight of Wands, you have a Queen of Cups, and you have the Ace of Swords. And that leaves Justice to the Four of Wands, which is very much scorpionic energy in this deck because there is a Grim Reaper there next to it. And then the Three of Wands to the Judgment card, Empress to the Devil. I feel like you're gearing up for an ending. All right, let's see where we go with this message. Let's focus on October, and then we'll look at November real quick for you as well. Your overall energy for the month is the Page of Wands to the Hermit. This is interesting. This is why I feel like you're anticipating an ending or about to create one. And the reason why I say that is because for me, the Page of Wands is the minor arcana card to the Fool card. This is the energy. It's fire energy. It's not an action taker. It's more like an investigative energy, which most of the pages are, right? So I feel like this is you trying to discover whether or not you should end something here in your life, whether or not you should move on from something in your life, or maybe even how you should move on from it. Now, this could be a job. This could be a connection like with a friend or family member. Some of you could be contemplating relocating, especially with that Six of Swords card in this deck. For others of you, you could very well be considering ending a significant partnership here in your life. And I say that because I have the King of Wands to the Queen of Wands, and there's a Ten of Swords on top of the King of Wands, and I don't read body parts. But there is serious contemplation here about whether or not you should move on from something or someone. And I don't feel like you're telling many people about it. That Hermit energy is a lot of internal work. You're starting off the month with the Two of Pentacles to the Five of Swords. There's something here in your life. Again, situation, environment, connection. You're trying to decide whether or not it's worth fighting for anymore. And it could be a legal case for some of you because I have Justice here. There's just something here. You don't know if it's worth the fight anymore. You're contemplating just taking what you can from the situation in that hermit energy and moving on. It's someone saying, maybe it's just time to, you know, cash in the chips that I have left before I lose everything that I have. So I don't know, again, what it is or who it is here that you're contemplating leaving, but there is this back and forth energy of, is this worth fighting for? You then have the King of Wands to the Ten of Swords. This is that person, place, or thing. That's what this is representing, that you are looking to walk away from, close out, finalize. Some of you are anticipating this ending. Others of you are creating an ending with this individual. This is someone that you feel you need to move on from. This is someone that you feel there's an imbalance between you and them. So again, this could be someone that you are involved in a legal court case with, and you could be saying, you know, it's not fair. Typically, when I see the Justice card, that tells me something's not fair but needs to be made fair. And so you could be giving some consideration here, like if this is a legal case, maybe I should just take what I can get, right? Something like that. Even though it's not what I want, maybe I should just put an end to this and be able to move on. For others of you, very well could be a connection here in your life. Again, friend, family member, lover, where you're contemplating just ending this connection once and for all. Whoever or whatever this King of Wands represents, you see it as an entity. I'm just going to call it an entity. You see it as an entity that has betrayed you on some level, that you don't have a lot of faith in. You feel like this entity did not do right by you. There's a little bit feeling here of like feeling scorned, but not in a vengeful way, more like in a hurt way, like you did me wrong and I think you need to make it right, but I don't, maybe, and that's why I said with that Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, I'm sorry, I'm hopping into November, but I want to clarify the energy and the message that I'm getting. In the After Tarot deck, the Four of Pentacles, they're holding on to something, but then we've got like the Grim Reaper here, which is scorpionic energy of letting it go. The Death card, right, in tarot. So for some of you, you could feel that entity, again, whomever that is, like they did you wrong, they do owe you something, you feel like they need to make something right, but at the same time, you're like, maybe it's not worth the fight. Maybe I should just let it go, just so I can bring justice. And justice for you would be being able to move on from your life, move on with your life. And then we've got that Three of Wands to the Judgment card. It's like, I just want to move on. So whomever, whatever that is, here in November, you're contemplating leaving it behind, walking away from them, or just finalizing something because something unfair has happened here and you don't want to invest any more time into it. And you feel like the only way that you can move on with your life is to leave it once and for all. Because the next energy I have here, I do believe is yours, whether you're masculine or feminine. I have a Queen of Wands to the Six of Swords. I have a Pisces here. And again, if it's not your message, don't take it. But I have a Pisces here who's really contemplating moving, like moving on, relocating, ending something because they feel like they don't want to fight for it anymore. And no matter how much they fight for it, it's still not fair. So maybe they should just cut their losses. And again, this could be in career and finance. We have enough pentacles on the table here. It very well could be for you. Like some of you are considering leaving a job. I'm not going to call it a person. I'm just going to call it an entity because it's a collective general reading. But there's heavy, heavy contemplation to closing out some type of connection or situation because you feel like this entity has done you wrong or it is unfair and you're not sure it's worth fighting for or fighting with anymore. Flanking the Page of Wands to the Hermit is the Nine of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. And this is you really getting to work this month, coming up with ways on how you could become single, free, independent, and autonomous of that entity, how you can rebuild yourself financially as well as emotionally. So there's definitely something here of how do I do this? How do I become independent of this entity? How do I get my justice from an entity that I feel has done me wrong? The other side of the Page of Wands to the Hermit is the Nine of Cups to the Six of Wands. Because I feel like at the end of the day, although you do want victory, you're not engaging with this individual from a place of ego. This is, I want to be happy again. First, I don't know who this entity is to you, but you feel like they took some degree of happiness from your life and you just want to be happy again. And so maybe other people would consider it a loss for you to like walk away or end this situation. But I don't think you would not perceive it as a loss. You would see it as freedom and independence and being able to restore your happiness once again. In the bottom row, we have the Three of Cups to the Three of Swords. I like this because by the end of the month, regardless of what's happening here, in the After Tarot deck, the Three of Swords is healing. So the heart is healing. The Three of Cups, there's celebration. There's reunion here with friends. There's coming together with community. And even if you're just all by yourself, like I was for a number of years, there's still this feeling of contentment and feeling like the worst is behind me or it's almost over. You then have the Two of Swords and you have the Sun card. That indecision that you had back there, like, do I keep fighting for this? Do I leave this person? Do I quit this job? You know, I don't know what to do. Remember, you start off with the Two of Pentacles going back and forth, like, is this worth fighting for? Or is this worth, you know, person worth fighting with? By the end of the month, you've made your decision, because that Two of the Two of Swords card is the moon in Libra. And Libra is about fair and balance and justice. And the Sun card is illuminating something. So that indecision that you've had, like, I don't know if I keep fighting for this or fighting with this entity, by the end of the month, you have made your decision. And you move towards the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you end up leaving whomever or whatever this is. And again, it could be a job. It could be the closing out of a case. I feel relief here in these two cards. And I usually don't feel relief with these two cards, especially when they're together. It's a very unique feeling I'm getting here, but you feel like at least there was some kind of, I don't know, a benefit to you to making this decision. I feel like the decision here has been weighing very heavy on you. I think you've been in hermit mode about it for a long time, not just the month of October. So you've been thinking about leaving the job for a while, ending the friendship for a while, settling this lawsuit for a while, leaving this partner for a while, like whatever that entity is. I don't think the hermit energy is new to you when it comes to this, Pisces. I think you have been internalizing this for quite some time. And by the end of the month, you do make your decision on how to finally break free or release or walk away from, like I said, whomever or whatever that is. And there's a sense here of relief. There's a sense here of stability has been restored. Emotional calmness has been restored. I think you have been existing, not in every aspect of your life, but when it comes to this particular situation, a lot of upheaval, a lot of emotional instability when it comes to, you know, this situation that you're dealing with. And that's why I feel here like, calm, steady, emotionally balanced. There's at least I've made a decision and I know what I'm doing. And in November, you're doing it because that hermit energy carries over here. You then have that aha epiphany moment of clarity, and you have the Six of Swords, where in the beginning you are contemplating how to move away, when to move away, when to end it. Do you end it? Do you keep fighting? You're ending it, and you're overcoming these doubts, fears, and anxieties that you have. You have the Ace of Swords came out twice here in two different decks. I have you showing up again in the Queen of Cups energy, again, two different decks. So it's you taking the inspired action to move forward now, because now you have this clarity where you entered a month not knowing what you're going to do in respect to this entity. By the end of the month, you know exactly what you're doing. Justice, the Four of Pentacles, you're severing this tie, you're letting go, you're quitting the job, you're leaving the partnership. You know, again, whatever that entity is for you, you're moving forward in the Three of Wands. It's a judgment call here that you've made. You are very much in your power as the empress of your life, whether you are masculine or feminine. And the Devil card in the After Tarot deck, where typically we see two individuals tied to one another or tied to the podium that the Devil presides over, the shackles are off in November. So you have freed yourself from this situation. The Eight of Swords confirms that even further, because we see here that the individual has been set free. And then even the Ten of Wands, it's like you're now holding the Ace of Wands, the new beginning in the After Tarot deck. And Four of Swords, there is some healing here that comes after. So it's a significant ending. It's one that you're creating. I don't think the ending is perfect. It's not clear cut. You're expecting a loss, but you're seeing it as a gain because you can finally move forward with your life. In the other deck, we have the Hermit, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. I go back to that feeling of I just want to be happy. And continuing to argue with this person, or continuing to exist at this job, or continuing to like draw out this lawsuit, or whatever this is for you, you feel like it's Seven of Wands. Look at that. Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Sun card. You feel like it's impeding your new beginning. And that was the feeling I was getting here. Is like, I just want to be happy again. So however you define that happiness, whether it is a whole new fresh start, or a whole new job, or relocation, or just ridding yourself of this individual once and for all, there's definitely something here coming to an end. You're a bit worried about the finances, but then that's quickly that's quickly overcome, because it looks like you're discovering a way to either make money, a new job opportunity comes in. For some of you, you could figure out how to invest money, especially if this was a lawsuit, because then you've got the Wheel of Fortune and that Page of Swords. So it looks like you're communicating with someone in November, either about a job or about your finances, and how to take that Pentacles and turn it into the Ten of Pentacles. So we'll see more when we get into November. I'm going to start doing these bi-monthly readings instead of once a month. They'll be for the first half of the month and then the second half of the month. So in another week or two, I'll start doing them for the first 2 weeks of November, and we'll see how that plays out. But for this month, it looks like heavy contemplation about ending something that you have felt either shackled to or tied to, or you feel like it has been impeding your ability to move forward in your life. And after a lot of contemplation about what to do here, it looks like you do make a decision by the end of the month, and you move into November very much either completely freeing yourself from this entity. We don't have the World card, but you're well on your way to it, because we do have that Fool card. So it's like the new beginning is in sight, even if it's not fully settled. Like, I don't know, maybe for some of you, you're contemplating divorce, and by the end of the month, you decide to do it, and you serve your person. That's possible. You serve your person in November, and your new life begins down the Fool card, but you haven't fully, there's no World card to close out this chapter, because you'd have to go through a divorce. That's just an example that I'm giving you. Same thing would be like if you're thinking of leaving a job, and by the end of the month, you decide, I'm going to do it. Well, then in November, remember that Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords would be you looking for a job, receiving a job offer, and you're receiving the job offer, the Fool card, before you're giving your notice to your existing job. And I think that's why there's no World card just yet. So you're not finally closing out. You're just making the decision here to close it out, because you just want to feel some momentum in your life when it comes to this situation. I don't think the rest of your life is stuck. I just think this one aspect of it is stuck, and it's holding up a significant portion of your life. One card here and one for the final row. Thank you. The bottom of the deck, you have no more complaining, no more contemplation. This is the month. You're like, this was it. I don't know if this is worth fighting for, complaining for, fighting for. And I think there's no more contemplation, because by the end of the month, I think you make your decision. You then have visualize abundance in all forms. And I think that's what you're doing here, because you feel that this entity is holding you back. And I think you're looking for a way out of whatever this is. You then have God is your source. So I would definitely pray this month. You can pray for strength and courage. You can also pray for clarity. We have a new moon in Libra on October 21st. And I would definitely call in whatever support it is here that you need, because again, Libra energy is about fair and balance. So you could ask for clarity, so you can make the best fair and balanced decision for yourself. If you don't know how to do a new moon ritual, there is a free one on my website, thetimelinetarot.com. Click on resources. There's several free things on that page, and one of them is that new moon ritual. And I would definitely do that to call in whatever it is here that you need, so you can move on from this. And then you have, ask for your needs to be met. I swear I didn't see this card. It was face down, and I can't see that far away either. I need glasses, anything 6 inches further from my face. If you've ever seen my readings before, sometimes I squint when a card is too far away from me. So God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to ask for help. So again, do that new moon ritual, ask for the help that you need. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, only that you ask. So whatever that entity is, source, the divine, the universe, your ascended masters, your archangels, Muhammad, Jesus, doesn't matter what you call the deity. Just know that you are loved by them, and they are there to help, but they need you to ask them about what exactly it is that you need. Some people go, no, they know already. They don't. There's not 9 billion people on the planet. They don't. I would specifically ask for help. And I do think that it comes in. You have 2 cards here pointing to that. Let's get you a couple more oracle cards, and then we'll close it out with kippers. One card here for that top row. Thank you. You got 2 cards, but that's okay. Middle row. Thank you. For the top row, my dear, you have focused intention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. And then you have sacred self, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Yeah, I feel like you feel that this is holding you back, or holding back your life in some way. And I think you just want to feel free again. And I think you're very focused on, how do I solve this once and for all? And then you have ascension, move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. I think this is when you're on your path to making your decision. And then you have transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force steps, Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Yeah, I would definitely call in whatever it is that you need on October 21st. If you don't want to do that whole full moon ritual, like maybe it's too woo-woo for you, that's fine. I would just give a very sincere prayer again to whatever deity that you pray to and ask for what it is that you need, because you've got some pretty big cards here telling you that if you do that, what you need comes to you. And again, that's courage, strength, clarity, peace of mind, a way out of this. So yeah, I would definitely ask for that. And then those ideas or clarity can come to you like when you're stuck at a red light or you're in the shower and you're washing dishes and suddenly you get that peace of mind, you get that clarity, that moment of, I know what to do. That's your download. Some of you may receive it in dreams as well, okay? Can I have 2 cards here? And for the middle row and for the final row. Thank you. Yep. Yep, my dear. Yep, your top row. You have official person and you have coffin. This is like Emperor, Empress energy. And I think what you're doing here is deciding that you need to close something out once and for all. You need to walk away from it, even if you might incur a bit of a loss or you feel like it's still not fair. There's something here of, I need to take charge on how to end this. You then have Judication card came out in the upright, and you have Wealthy Man came out on its side. You could be the wealthy man, wealthy woman, or this very well could be the entity that you want some type of resolution with so you can move on from them. It could be a spouse. Like I said, it could be a place of employment. And for some of you, it's an ongoing legal suit. But you're looking for a way of, how do I close this out once and for all? And then you have Thief and you have Change. Yeah. I think you're changing your life. You're making the decision to do it. I kept feeling with that King of Wands energy, which I don't typically get for the King of Wands. I mean, it's not a terrible sign. It's you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius doesn't mean every Aries, Leo, Sagittarius on the planet is a bad person. But with that 10 of swords, and I don't know, the energy that was pulling from you was like you felt like you were backstabbed, or this person was a thief, or they were getting away with something, right? They're like this person in the card, they're getting away with like pickpocketing someone. And that's why I felt like you feel like it's unfair and you could continue fighting whatever this is, or fighting for it. But part of you is like, why am I doing that? Because I just want to be happy again. And in some part of your life, that entity is delaying your happiness or impeding on your happiness. So I do think you're moving forward. You have child, you have unexpected income, and you have bad health. I think you want to nourish this, because this for me is sort of like 10 of Pentacles. I think you want to nourish that new start, that new beginning. You're looking for a way on how to get out of a bad situation, maybe a relationship that is in bad health, and you have Lovers there. I think it's your choice, and it will be your choice. And I think by the end of the month, you're making that choice. So maybe that's what I'll call your video. Making your choice. That is what I have for you, Pisces, for October 2025. Again, I'm so sorry that I issued this late. I'll try to be more timely with my readings in the future. Good luck with this, my love. You've got it, okay? I said probably about a year ago, the reason why Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac and why you're so special in that placement, even though you probably wait till last to see your videos, not just on my channel, but on others, because most of us begin with Aries. It's just chronologically how most of us do it. But by you being that last sign, you garner the knowledge of all of the signs before you. And you're so uniquely different because of that. And I have no Pisces in my chart, so I don't want to be, my person's not a Pisces, no Pisces in his chart either. So I'm not being partial to you. I just know that if any zodiac sign could handle this, it's you. You're a water sign. You're highly intelligent. You're highly intuitive. You have, like I said, a little bit of every sign that comes before you. And at the end of the day, you are a mutable sign. So you can work with things and you can figure yourself out of a corner better than most of the other zodiac signs. And most people don't give you credit for that. So I know that you've got this, even if it's difficult. That's what I have for you, Pisces. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.